Okay, the Bosworth Manifesto by Alex Bosworth. There's a well-known saying among riding enthusiasts. If a horse throws you off, you have to get right back on. Lesser known is a saying among horses that goes, if you throw somebody off and they get right back on, you have to throw that asshole right back off. I don't mind being called white or Caucasian, but if you must refer to me by my ethnicity, I prefer Anglo-pillager. Is the world a better place because of me? Of course it is. There was this Jack Russell Terrier in our neighborhood that was performing debauchery with all the other dogs against their will, and I hit it with a rider lawnmower. Sure, I didn't do it on purpose. I just wasn't paying attention to the road, but the fact is, there's one less pet-on-pet monster cruising the cul-de-sacs due to yours truly. Now, do I continue to have a purpose for being? Don't be a fool. I happen to know there's an insatiable Siamese out there that's been doing unspeakable things to some of the local garden gnomes. And in response, let's just say, I plan to be especially negligent behind the wheel of my John Deere until the inevitable occurs. So, yes, I think I play a fairly significant part in the circle of life. And to all those in my community who slumber untouched by perverted animals beneath the blanket of my protection, you're welcome. Everyone thought he was crazy when he looked through a simple telescope and cried out that the Earth revolves around the sun, because this was last Thursday. Whenever someone says it's good to ask dangerous questions, I immediately ask if they've gained weight. Knock, knock. Who's there? Doorbell repairman. Doorbell repairman who? Yeah, hilarious. Listen, I have a lot of other houses to get to, so... I didn't react well when I received my DNA results through the mail and learned I'm 4% Neanderthal. I pelted the mailman with rocks and simple tools. My grandfather once told me that violence and suffering exist because man is angry, because he is angry at God. Man is angry at God for not existing. I said, look, are you going to give me my birthday present or not? It's not easy balancing a career, good health, and a positive outlook on life, which is why I don't. Why is a bad doctor called a quack? Do people think ducks specifically would make lousy physicians as opposed to chickens or geese? Because I got to tell you, I know this mallard who's a dynamite podiatrist, took care of my bunions in one session. And don't ask if he sent me a bill. Ha ha, I paid him right there in corn. Great doctor, but good luck getting a hold of him in the winter. I never exclude yolks from my egg dishes out of principle. I refuse to eat a whites-only omelet. When I was maybe 8, I dreamed that I could travel as a sound wave. Scientists transformed me into a single note and launched me through an enormous radio speaker into space. My mission was to reach the ear of someone on some other world. There was no specific conclusion to the dream. I just kept soaring through the universe, at peace, pleased to have a purpose. The exterminator keeps coming by my place to check for pests, even though I haven't had any problems. I called the company, and they're sending out another guy to get rid of him. My bank used to send me a statement. Now it's more of an off-the-cuff remark. The other day the trees were gently swaying. You have a purpose in this world, they seemed to say. What is it? I asked. They swayed again. Oh, we weren't talking to you. My aunt dated an Oompa Loompa for a while, and frankly, I never liked the guy. Whenever anyone made a mistake, he'd get together with his buddies and perform a surprisingly well-rehearsed song and dance number about it. I didn't complain at the time because I didn't want to look like a racist. I'll tell you something about me, if it's of any interest. The first time I heard the phrase, wave your freak flag high, I cried a little. And this was about 40 years ago when I was a teenager and had no identity outside of being a class clown. I was a painfully thin, pale, odd-looking boy with big ears. I couldn't be more the opposite of the cool surfer dude look, which was all but mandatory at my junior high in the late 70s. As to my jester-like personality, there were those who were entertained by me as if I were some kind of wind-up doll, and those who simply tolerated my shenanigans, and that was it. There was no real place for me in the world, no clique or club or team. Bullies, I don't mean big bruising boys necessarily, but bullies of all kinds, love to drop the freak bomb on anyone who doesn't fit in, and it can gut a kid who's been led to believe that's what they should want, to fit in. When I heard those words about being a freak and being proud of it, and they embraced me like a friend I never knew I had. It's been my mantra since the moment it reached my enormous ears. I say it to others now as I would a blessing on someone embarking on a dangerous and difficult journey. Fly it high and free for the world to marvel at. You are a freak of the universe, no less than the conventionally successful or attractive. You have a right to be here, to be who you are, and to forever vex and confuse those bitter, jealous bitches who deny you your glory. And remember, every time a freak waves their flag, somewhere a bully gets hemorrhoids. There's a huge difference between hurting someone's feelings and offending them. I truly regret anything I've ever said that hurt someone's feelings, whereas I couldn't give a fuck who I offended. Not all bees are busy. The ones you see darting from flower to flower, those are busy bees. But for every one of them, there's two others who just hang around the hive all day, dreaming up get pollen quick schemes. There's no one out there who'd call me a psychopath. I've seen to that. I don't see how an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I suppose if you chucked it at his balls, he might keep his distance. They have this amazing new weight loss pill. There are no side effects, and the doctors are recommending it. It's inexpensive, easy to take, and you can buy it at any supermarket or drugstore. I've been meaning to go get it, but I just haven't gotten around to it. You know how it is, between Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, Flitjizz, and Sprongol. Who has the time? I'd have to get dressed and get in the car. Driving exhausts me. Then I have to go in a store, and that's a walk, the journey across the parking lot with the sun beating down on me. I guess I could go at night, but that's when my shows are on. By 11, I'm too tired to watch the news, much less go anywhere. I wonder if I can buy it online. And then there's all that searching and typing, and they deliver it in one of those boxes you have to cut open. I already have a pile of packages from Amazon and eBay I haven't opened yet. I'm not sure where the scissors are, and I'm just not up to finding them. A neighbor of mine offered to give me some of those pills, but she's like half a block away, and you probably have to take them with water. Why can't anything be simple? Okay, the thing is, one time he cornered me at a party and tried to sell me Amway products. So I'm not so much afraid of the big bad wolf as I don't know, he just makes me uncomfortable. Plus he wears Axe body spray and seems to have a problem with Asians. I mean, what's that all about? Dick. Why is climbing the Matterhorn such a big deal? I did it in less than an hour, and I was naked. Of course, I can never go back to Disneyland. Don't do acid, kids. I wanted to celebrate Take Your Child to Work Day, only I don't have children, and I don't work. So I borrowed a neighbor's son and showed him how I write stories. He said it was interesting because he had never seen a desktop computer. And then he asked if I wanted to buy some weed. That kid might be in for some trouble when he gets into 5th grade. Good weed, though. When I die, I hope it's on a derailed roller coaster. So cool. I know what you're thinking. What about all the other passengers? Well, they're all terrorists, so. Or maybe I'll get eaten by a shark. But then the shark wins, you say. Did I mention I'm holding a hand grenade? Smile, you son of a bitch. I'm not sure why I'm writing this in your wedding guest book. Anyway, whoever you are, mazel tov, and thanks for the buffet. And that was a short piece by Alex Bosworth.